We are joined by fellow broadcaster Hugo Ribatika here on the behalf of the Zimbabwe in Diaspora organization. Hugo, good morning, and thank you for waking up and joining us.
Nice to be on TV, man.
Of course. How you doing?
Pretty good, Tich. Good to be here, man.
Yeah, I know you've been working in South Africa for a while. You're back home. I know you guys had Zimbabwe Business Expo recently. How did that go?
Went very well, actually. The turnout, the response was incredible. And I think one of the standout features was the involvement of the government of Zimbabwe in that particular expo. You know, several ministers came through with their various officials, and it gives an important interface, right? Because it's one thing for ZIDO to go out to Zimbabweans or individuals in the diaspora and say, come and invest back home. Well, these are the opportunities that exist. It's a totally different kettle of fish if the government itself is present to answer some of the questions that we can't answer ourselves. So that was really good.
I know you were taking part in that, but I know you've also been living and working in the diaspora, South Africa in particular.
Yeah.
With those engagements with the government coming through, what were some of the key takeaways from you in terms of saying, you know what, this might just motivate me if you weren't already to invest more back home?
I think the few-year-old mantra, Zimbabwe is open for business, I think is a key highlight. What was of great interest was that various ministers that represented some of the provinces, so for instance, Manicaland, right, Manicaland province. So there were specific projects that you could look at for those that want to get into avocado farming or beneficiation of those products. Those conversations were had. So it's not superficial. It's not about their opportunities to invest back home in Zimbabwe, but it's about these are the actual projects. This is where the land is. These are the crops that are being grown, or these are the farms that are available to invest in. If you want to go into mining, these are the opportunities that exist. So I think what's key was there were specifics. It was no longer a story that generalizes about the possibilities of investment. There were specific opportunities that people could take up.
I know you're experienced in broadcasting, but looking at Zimbabweans in the diaspora, not just in South Africa, but across the world, what role do you think they can play, in terms of bringing back some of their skills, knowledge, and more importantly, investment back home, and especially with the work that you guys are doing with ZIDO?
I think you hit the nail on the head when you talked about the experience, and that's a key aspect to it. A lot of the technologies, a lot of the development that currently exists in many countries across the world is several years ahead of where Zimbabwe is at. So there's that expertise, there's technology. I mean, there's artificial intelligence, right, which is revolutionizing how things happen. So I think it's a dual process, if you will. There is an opportunity for engagement where somebody's bringing expertise and resource to Zimbabwe, while the Zimbabweans have local knowledge, because that in itself is important. So many of the individuals that have claims, for instance, may not have a financial resource in order to exploit the ground for all its minerals, right? Where those of us in the diaspora and others come in is that we might have the financial resource or the desire. Those that are back home are potentially able to then manage those processes.
I know you guys are hosting a similar expo, but this time in the UK. That's in October. You're the official host for
Correct.
that.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that.
2 to 4 October. We're thinking we're getting bigger and better in this edition. A lot of lessons have been learnt, so we're expecting thousands more people to attend. As you know, when Zimbabweans started to relocate and move overseas, the UK has become home to several thousands of those Zimbabweans. Many of them are thinking about coming back home or just looking for investment opportunities, right? What you make in an investment in the United Kingdom or overseas, when you're making 4 or 5% per annum, if at all. Whereas here, to Zagatu Murano Paspetso, the guys here are making some incredible profits or margins on their businesses. So I think it offers that opportunity that if you have money and you're looking for a high return on your investment, Zimbabwe does offer you that opportunity.
Right. And just looking at that UK export, what are some of the investment opportunities and some of the sectors that will be highlighted during this expo? And maybe even tell us about the notable speakers who will be there to just engage. You talk about the government being a key player in the last expo in South Africa. Is there government presence there?
Yeah, definitely. The government are our partners. Recently signed an MOU with them, so that's going to be critical. So they'll obviously have the presence of dignitaries from the Zimbabwean government. Again, those are key elements where they answer the questions that need to be answered. Where do investment opportunities lie? Essentially, what's happening is Zimbabwe is being transported to the UK, if you will. Broken down into the country's various provinces and various opportunities. So for people that are looking into land development of some sorts, people that want to go into agriculture, those individuals that want to go into energy or mining, those essentially are the opportunities that will be exposed to those that will be attending the conference from the 2nd to the 4th of October in Birmingham.
And obviously, you've talked about the diaspora and the UK diaspora from a Zimbabwean perspective is realized. We've talked about the high returns that you're potentially looking to lure them with, but from your engagements, either privately or professionally, what are some of the desires and expectations that you're getting from that diaspora community, particularly in the UK, in terms of wanting to invest back home?
So people are really conscious of the infinite possibility of middlemen, right? And that's the reason why we ask the government to join it, is because there's always a third or fourth party that says, I can make this happen for you, right? And in the process, you lose money, right? So I think the expectation is you want to deal with the person on the ground, the person who's responsible, and not a third party. A lot of people in the diaspora do not like to waste time. Right, they do not want bureaucracy, and a big ask is, why should it take 4 or 5 weeks to register a company? Why should it cost huge amounts of money to register a company or register a business? Right? Surely these are things in other countries it happens in hours. Right? You literally walk in or you go online, and you punch in your details in a few hours or minutes. Right, you're able to register a business. So that's a big ask. Simplify the processes, expose us to the real stuff that's happening on the ground. The president has for the longest time talked about Zimbabwe is open for business. So the mantra open for business suggests that it should not be a difficult process, right? Then it should be, hey, you know what, I'm looking to invest in this particular field. What do I need to do? You answer a few questions, and presto, you're then able to match yourself to some of those opportunities.
And obviously, we've talked primarily about the diaspora engaging with Zimbabwe, but for local companies or entrepreneurs who are thinking, you know what, I could benefit from foreign direct investment that's probably coming from the diaspora. How do they engage with ZIDO? Can they be part of ZIDO, or is it only for people who are in the diaspora looking to invest back home? What opportunities are there for businesses who want investment from the diaspora?
So that's a very, very, very important question. Probably one of the most important questions you've asked is, what do I do? What do you do if you're in Zimbabwe and you're looking for investment? Well, you have the opportunity to come out to the UK, to Birmingham in October, and showcase your business and the opportunities that exist for those that are looking to invest in Zimbabwe in your business. So it's a grand opportunity for anyone, right? So whether you are coming in, setting up a booth, or you just part of the people that say, you know what, these are the sort of people that I want to engage in. Can you arrange business-to-business meetings and opportunities for me? Those platforms will be available. We also have bankers that will be coming through that we're currently speaking to, because again, not everybody has all the capital outlay that they require to start up a business or to fund it. The ability to negotiate with the bankers or financial institutions is obviously going to be key if you want to grow your business. Be able to negotiate numbers that make sense.
And finally, before I let you go, obviously October, there's still quite a bit of time to go. If people want to stay updated between now and then, or if people want to come and showcase, like you highlighted, the opportunities that are there, whether as people are seeking investment or people who are actually in the UK wanting to take part in that expo, how do they get more information? How do they stay in touch in terms of updates? Are you guys on social media? Is there a mailing list?
www.zimbusinessexpo.com is where all of it is at. You could go to our website, plug in your details, get onto the mailing list, and that information becomes available to you. And we readily post across all social media platforms.
All right, I thank you very much, Hugo, for joining us. But before I let you go, I know you're a big sports fan as well, and we've got Zimbabwe playing Namibia. Tomorrow. I mean, just a penny for your thoughts in terms of obviously having watched us play against Kenya and the history that exists between us and Namibia. What are your expectations?
What was most interesting is I drove here with my friend Bongs, and we were having the very same conversation. We've beaten Namibia before last year, I think. I think the momentum is with Hilton and the boys. I think they've done great. A lot of them are nearing the ends of their careers, right? So it's going to be absolutely crucial for them to play in this World Cup, right? Because many of them have not played in a World Cup in fact, we haven't been in a World Cup for many, many years. So I think it's not just the pressure of us, the supporters, encouraging them, but I think it's almost internalized, where the boys themselves are desiring this moment of history, right? So I'll see you at the World Cup.
2027, I think it's an exciting, and I guess maybe it's another opportunity for us to then go and engage with the diaspora and Australia as well, as we build up towards create opportunities around that as we go around that. So a big thank you, Hugo, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I'm wishing you all the best with the expo in October, and we'll be following it with keen interest. And maybe you just might find us there looking for investment. You never know.
Come through, buddy. Come through.